around the entire north side, every street, not a sign of Matthew.
Ada is looking all over the waterfront for him.
Yeah, well, he won't be found there. Nor will he be found by the north side.
Has he been found?
No? I think it's worse.
New York City, Adam was sure.
He said the call was anonymous but credible.
So we're supposed to believe it.
It's the only lead we have.
But if Matthew got on a bus, then he can't be with Mitch.
We don't know that.
Adam says that the ticket seller at the station remembers a blonde boy about Matthew's age.
A bus to New York.
It was at 9 o'clock this morning.
Mac, what if this isn't true? What if we act on this and it's a hoax?
At least it's a lead. It's better than sitting around doing nothing.
Mac, this anonymous caller, did Adam say anything more about him?
Well, Adam's on his way over. You can ask him, but they know it was a man, not a child, which lessens the possibility of a prank.
I'll bet this man had a slight southern accent.
Mitch?
Yes, I'll bet everything on it. It could only have been Mitch.
I have to see my brother.
There is nothing you can do, Donna.
I'm sorry, Donna. I should have told you.
No, it's Nicole and Michael who should apologize to me for keeping it from me.
Look, I do apologize.
It's just that I thought you've been so sick lately. I thought you needed to get away to get well.
Get away when Peter's been shot? I love my brother, Nicole.
So do I. But they say he's going to be all right now. He's out of surgery and he's resting.
Look, it's my fault, all right? I was afraid for you.
I'm getting better, Michael.
I know, honey, and I want you to keep getting better. But right now, you're not feeling well, and you're frightened.
Europe will do you a world of good, Donna.
I'm not going anywhere until I've seen Peter.
Hello, son.
Peter, tell him. Tell him the shooting was an accident.
Was it an accident, son?
What's happening?
Get them out of here.
Is he going to be all right? Please leave.
Oh, I hope he's going to be all right.
Are you afraid he'll die or live to tell the truth? Which is it, Brittany?
Which is what?
Is your fear that Peter will die or live and tell the truth?
Why is she doing that?
You didn't answer my question.
I can't think straight. I'm worried about Peter.
Tell me about the shooting, Brittany.
I told you it was an accident. It was an accident. It's caused by a horse.
The horse was to blame.
The horse was wild. He was a killer, and Peter knew that when he bought him. Why are you looking at me like I am some kind of a killer?
Mrs. Love.
Is he okay?
I'm his father, Doctor.
Mr. Love is resting comfortably.
What does that mean?
Your husband will be fine, but he needs quiet.
Our presence upset him?
Well, something did, and it's essential that this not happen again. So at this point, there'll be no more visits until we feel that he's strong enough.
You'll let us know.
Of course.
I want to be informed right away. I'll leave my number at the nurse's station.
It shouldn't be too long before you can see him again.
I'll wait then. Thank you, Doctor.
Try not to worry. He's well on his way to a full recovery.
I'm so relieved.
Are you?
What are you getting at?
This. You listen closely. For the next 48 hours, you will live by this rule. Brittany Love is part of my estate, a fixture. You will go nowhere unless it's on my say-so. I will find out the truth. You can bet your life on that. And then I'll decide what happens to you.
Now, you think Mitch Blake was the anonymous caller?
Yes.
It doesn't make sense, Felicia.
Now, why do you think that?
Because, it's something that he would do.
It's nothing he would do at all. He wouldn't kidnap Matthew and then call the police.
But he didn't kidnap Matthew.
How do you know that?
He called her.
What? When?
Today, earlier.
And he said he was going to call the police?
No, but look, now, wouldn't it stand to reason that if Mitch knew that Matthew was getting on a bus, that he would then call the police?
Doesn't stand to reason at all.
Now, wait a minute. Mitch said that Matthew was going to New York.
No. Oh, no, he didn't say that.
Look, I'm confused. Exactly what was said, Felicia?
He called me because he wanted me to know that he wasn't doing anything wrong and that he was leaving the city.
And going where?
I don't know. he just said he was leaving, and then he hung up.
It's obvious he's got Matthew, and he's leaving these messages just to throw us off.
No, Rachel, he's not.
Now, wait. Let's just think this thing through, okay?
Okay.
Now, look, it's possible that Matthew was at the bus station and decided to call Mitch before he left.
You think he'd call Mitch and not me?
Look, I'm just saying it's possible, Rachel.
All this speculation is getting us nowhere. I assume you've acted on this already.
I have. I've already called the New York Police Department.
How much time are they going to spend on this?
I grant you I got to stay on top of them. But don't forget, there's also the FBI.
That's right. If Matthew was carried across the state line, it's a federal offense.
That's right. Listen, can I use your phone and call the department? I want to make sure the FBI's been notified. Sure.
What else did Mitch say to you, Felicia?
It's just what I told you.
No, come on, think. Any clue could make a difference.
Rachel, there are no clues. I really believe that Mitch wouldn't do this. You don't know him. I know that he loves your son and would never do anything to make him unhappy. Look, I have to go to the television show. And then I want to stop by and see Brittany. And then I'll come back, all right? Rachel, I hope you don't take this the wrong way. The most important thing right now is to find Matthew. It's not to get back at Mitch.
Donna, this is a surprise.
I have to see Peter. Which room is he in?
Surely you should avoid stress in your condition, Donna.
Vicky told her it was a mistake.
Where is my granddaughter?
The parking lot was full. She's trying to find a spot on the street.
Why are we standing here? I want to see Peter.
He's in ICU. Come on.
No.
You mean they've moved him?
He's still there if you want to see him, Nicole, but Donna cannot.
Why not? I have to see him.
Only family is allowed into ICU. Donna is no longer a part of this family.
This part of Another World is brought to you by Always Plus, the new maxi with wings, little flap.
You have got to be kidding.
No joke.
Dad, please.
Donna's a Hudson now, not a Love.
No, you're the joke, Reg. You are pompous. You're presumptuous. You are a dictator without followers.
Are you quite through, Mr. Hudson? If so, why don't you take your bride home?
Donna is Peter's sister.
Donna is nobody. And I've instructed security as to who is and who is not to be admitted to the ICU corridor.
Well, why don't we let Peter decide?
He'll want to see Donna.
Peter feels as I feel.
Daddy, please.
You knew the consequences, Donna. I made them very clear.
This is too cruel.
Donna married my enemy, Nicole. A man who has sworn to destroy me.
Daddy, please don't do this to me. For heaven's sakes, how can you let her suffer like this?
Have I not suffered?
No! Not yet, you haven't.
Daddy, I just want to know if my brother is all right. He's only doing this because he wants a fight, aren't you, Daddy?
On the contrary, I want Hudson and his bride out of here.
I'll go check on Peter. I'll be back in a minute.
Nicole always was the feisty one.
Honey, it's okay. I'm going to take you away from here right now.
I can't leave.
Yes, you can. Look, your father has told you what it's going to be like for you here in Bay City.
I can't leave. I've always taken care of Pete.
Honey, it's the time now to take care of yourself.
But he's my brother.
The nurse assures me Peter's stronger. His condition is improving. He's stable.
You see? Huh? You feel better now?
No. He's getting well, Donna. There's no danger.
See, honey? Look, we'll just go to Europe, and we can call every couple hours just to check on what's happening.
You'll only be a couple of hours away by plane, Donna.
Yeah. Look, you'll be talking to him all the time. All right? We'll call. So let's just go and get everything together and take off, okay? Come on.
I'll wait for Vicky. I'll ride home with her.
What now, Reg?
Don't think for a moment you've won, Hudson. You haven't, and you never will. That goes for you, too, Donna.
On a bus to New York. Mom must be going crazy.
Jamie, we're doing everything we possibly can.
I'm coming home, Adam.
No, don't do that.
Listen, I want to be with her.
No, listen, just go to the hospital, will you? If I hear anything about Matthew, I promise I'll call you there.
Are you sure she's all right?
Well, she and Mac are coping. Listen, I just think it's better if the whole family's not standing around here wringing their hands. Trust me on this one, will you?
All right, but you give me a page the moment you hear anything.
All right, you bet. You got it.
Thanks, Adam.
Oh, Greg, I'm so glad you're back.
I'm sorry. I spent 3 hours looking all over for him. No sign of him.
I know. Matthew's not in Bay City. He bought a bus ticket to New York.
What?
I know. We just got word. I'm sorry I couldn't reach you. I had no way of knowing.
Well, what's he doing in New York?
Nobody knows. I'm really sorry you had to go out of your way for nothing.
Hey, it's no problem.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure this is what you just didn't need, you know, to waste a whole afternoon when you've got so much studying to do. But thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Okay.
Nancy, I was glad to do something. You know how much I admire your family.
Oh, thanks. It's very sweet.
I wasn't trying to be sweet. I meant it. Never known a family that was so close. I hope I know what it's like to be that close someday.
Well, I'm sure you will, Greg.
I know a little bit. Nothing.
Greg, don't.
What's the matter?
There are people around.
So?
Well, so it's embarrassing. Don't you ever get embarrassed?
Not really.
Well, I do, Greg. We can't keep acting this way in public.
Well, let's go somewhere private.
Well, not now.
When?
Would you please stop pressuring me?
What's wrong, Nancy?
What do you think? My nephew is missing, Greg.
I know. I just spent 3 hours looking for him.
I'm sorry. I'm just not in the mood, I guess.
You want to call us off, don't you, Nancy?
No, Greg, I don't.
Tell me the truth.
That is the truth. Why are you being so paranoid?
Paranoid? You won't even let me touch you. How am I supposed to react?
Why don't you react by not making such a big deal out of it?
Just be honest with me, Nancy. I did something wrong, okay? Maybe I hurt your feelings.
Please, Greg, no. Let's just not make a big deal out of it, like I said. Okay? I've got to get back to work now.
Not until you tell me what's wrong.
All right. All right. I think what's wrong.
What?
You've changed, Greg.
How?
I don't know. You've gotten so ultra serious about us or something.
What does that mean, ultra serious?
I don't know the way you look at me. You're calling me all the time. It's gotten out of hand, Greg.
I see.
I kind of liked things before, you know, when we lived for the moment. And you had a sense of humor about things.
You think I've lost my sense of humor?
Well, I think it's pretty natural when people start getting involved in a relationship for that to happen. I don't know, they stop having fun. Maybe I'm just not the kind of girl who can handle anything but a summer romance, you know? I don't like strings attached.
Fine. No strings it is, then.
Hey, you're upset now, aren't you?
Not in the least. Glad I know what you want.
So what do you want to do about it?
There's only one thing to do. We'll, go back to fun and games. How about a wintertime summer romance? How's that sound?
That's fine, I guess.
Anything to make you happy, Nancy.
I hope you're not angry with me.
Why should I? I'm glad I know what you want.
You and Rachel have been so good to me. Brittany, I'm here for 2 reasons. The first, you were Zane's best friend. And second, well, I have a natural tendency to stick up for the underdog. Anyone that Reginald Love stares at like that definitely must be the underdog.
Oh, I wish they'd let us in to see Peter.
He needs to rest now, Vicky.
It may be a while. I'm sure he knows we're all out here pulling for him. Excuse me, I'm going to go ask that doctor if he's seen Jamie Frame. He was supposed to meet us here. Mr. Love,
Yes.
you asked for this?
Thank you.
think I need a lawyer?
Honey, Rachel has contacted J.L. McGrath. Now, he's one of the top-notch lawyers in Bay City. He's from a very prestigious law firm.
But I didn't do anything. It was an accident.
Brittany, that vulture over there is someone I think you should take very seriously. Now, you hurt his son. Believe me, you need a lawyer. Now, look, I have to go. I'll be back. All right? Try and take care of yourself, okay?
Mr. Love is awake now.
Good. I have several questions I need to ask him.
Sorry, he insists upon seeing his wife first, alone.
Announcing.
Why did Uncle Peter want to see Brittany alone?
There'll be nurses in there and probably a doctor if you're worried something will happen, Vicky.
I'm not worried. I'm just wondering. What's that piece of paper that Grandpa's looking at?
Ask him.
Grandpa, what's that?
Hey?
What's that piece of paper?
Oh, nothing you have to worry about, dear.
I hate when you do that.
Do what?
When you treat me like I'm a kid.
I've never done that, Victoria.
No, normally you treat me like I'm your equal.
It's just a note having to do with my business. The nurse took a message for me, that's all.
I know what happened with Donna before.
You do.
Am I going to be excommunicated because I go away to Europe with Donna and Michael?
I have every confidence that you will not go away to Europe.
But it's set.
To paraphrase one of the great philosophers of our time, it ain't set till it's set.
It's set. I'm going to miss you.
Oh, you're going to see a lot of me, dear.
Nicole, I just came from speaking to Peter's doctor, and the prognosis is good.
That's what the nurses said.
So you can stop worrying.
About Peter, but Donna.
What, there's no improvement?
I don't know about that medicine she's been prescribed. It seems strange.
How do you mean?
Well, millions of people take thyroid medication, right?
Yeah, it's very common.
Well, I've never seen anyone on regular medication act this way.
Well, it's the level of medication that's sometimes difficult to determine. I asked her to come in for more tests, didn't I?
Yes.
And she never did.
I know. I should have insisted she go in.
Well, I'll go out to the Love Estate and check on her if you'd like.
Maybe you should.
I've got a break in just a few minutes.
She's not going to like this.
Well, she will when she gets well. Just let me check and see if there's anything new on my little brother, Matthew. I'll be right with you.
I'm telling you, sometimes the FBI can drive you crazy.
What's the problem?
If you can get them on track and get them to swing into action, they're terrific. They got practically unlimited resources. But you have to activate these guys, and I'm telling you, sometimes it seems like it could take forever.
Are they going to help?
If I can light a fire under these guys... Can I take this? It might be for me. Sure. Corey Residence, Adam Corey speaking. Oh, no, Jamie. No, I'm sorry, there's no news yet.
Matthew is coming back to us.
When?
Soon. It's going to be over soon, right,
Look,
Joe?
Jamie, I really need to keep this line free. Yeah, right. Sure. Bye. Jamie sends his love. Listen, I really need to get into the other room and set up that equipment.
What equipment? What is that about?
The telephone tracking equipment.
Oh, yes, that's right. You told me.
Listen, my man from headquarters is going to be here any minute. Just show him in next door, will you?
Right.
Thanks, man.
I can't help thinking.
What?
If I just hadn't been so headstrong. If I hadn't let Mitch challenge me into allowing him to work here, would this have happened?
We'll never know.
Oh, I wish I'd had this last few months to live over again. I would have done everything differently. Mitch is going to pay for this. I'm going to make sure of that.
You said you wanted to talk to me.
I do.
So why aren't you talking?
I intend to, but I'm not feeling too fine. So it may take me a while. Now, Brittany, I'm only going to say this once. Are you listening?
Of course I am.
All right. Before I went down to the stables, I called Miss Weston.
So?
So, Miss Weston brought the baby back to you, right? And now you probably think you hold all the cards.
You know, you really shouldn't be worrying about this. You need your rest, so I think I'll just leave.
Don't you leave me. At least until I'm ready. After all, when you nearly killed someone, you at least owe them token courtesy, don't you think?
What do you want from me?
Face it, Brittany. You're in a pretty bad position. I'd like to try to help you.
How?
It involves a choice. Perhaps the toughest decision you've ever had to make. Now, you make the wrong one, and you stand to lose everything. Are you ready?
Now, the next part of Another World.
What do you want from
The choice is simple. I want you to stay with me while I recover. And keep your mouth shut. And I will make sure that you get to keep your baby.
That's it?
Let me finish. I will also give you a settlement to go with a $100,000 check I already gave you.
And all I have to do is be quiet?
Have the police been asking you questions?
No. Not yet.
I'm sure you must be under a lot of pressure to explain the shooting. And we both know my father isn't going to buy it as an accident unless I back you up. This way, we each get to control the situation to our respective advantages.
What does that mean?
It means I will back you up if you make the right choice. Brittany, I'm in a position to say almost anything I please and make it stick legally. So you don't have much of a choice. Brittany, do you like the idea of being in prison without your baby?
You'd do that, wouldn't you?
It doesn't have to go that far as long as we do things my way. You see, this way I get to keep my father's respect and you get to keep your baby. Now, it's not a bad deal, is it?
Poor Peter. He'd do anything for his daddy's respect, wouldn't he?
Don't you make fun of me.
I pity you, Peter. The first time.
You have no idea what it's like, do you? Waiting all your life for your father's love and admiration, and when you finally have gotten it, when he finally respects you, to have it all taken away, to have you ruin it by telling him my son is a bastard, that I was an easy dupe, an easy mark. I couldn't take that. Brittany, please. I can't lose my father. Not after all the work I've done into gaining his respect. I need my father. And I need you to help me. Brittany, what is your decision?
Have you heard anything about your nephew?
No, I haven't. I feel so sorry for Rachel.
It must be horrible for her.
It's pretty bad for Mac, too. For all of us, really.
I can imagine. Hey, you know what? You are going on a break. I will get Greg his pie, and you're going to go over there and sit with him, okay?
I would love to, Cheryl, but I would rather work. I would, keeps my mind off Matthew.
Come on, Nancy. You look at that poor guy. It's obvious why he's been staying here so long.
No, I wish he wouldn't.
What?
Stay. I don't know, he's driving me crazy. The way he looks at me all the time.
He's not looking at you now, Nancy.
That's because you're looking at me now. He only looks at me when nobody else is looking at me.
What is going on with you guys, huh?
Nothing. What's the problem?
Don't tell me you don't like him anymore.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him. I just know he's not the man of my dreams. I guess that sounds stupid, doesn't it?
It does not to me. Everyone has their dreams, Nancy.
What are yours?
What do you mean?
Your dreams. What's your ideal man like?
That's not fair. We weren't talking about me.
Well, just answer, please.
Okay. The guy in my dreams, I think that a sense of humor is really important. You know, someone you can joke around with, laugh with.
And what else?
I like a guy who's romantic, protective. Someone who's caring and sensitive and supportive. A guy who's handsome and rugged, but gentle. Anyway, what qualities do you like?
Oh, pretty much the same ones. But he has to be dynamic, and he has to want to achieve, and to be the best he can at whatever he chooses to be. And I have to have enormous respect for him. And, of course, he has to respect me, too. And then he has to be strong. He has to know what it's like to struggle and know that he can succeed even when the chips are down. Not some would-be cab driver who sits and eats 3 pieces of pie at one sitting.
Somehow it doesn't sound like you're just describing Greg, huh?
Yeah. It should have worked out with Greg, but it just didn't.
Nancy, then maybe you should break it off with him.
Yeah, well, I tried to, but I don't know, he seemed so intense and vulnerable. I just didn't want to hurt him.
Yeah, but isn't it better than leading him on?
Probably. But hey, since my ideal man hasn't come along, I may as well make a go of Greg.
Nancy.
Yeah, that sounds pretty insensitive and mean, doesn't it?
Sort of.
Not sort of. Of course it did. That was an awful thing I said. I don't know. Greg deserves a lot better than that. Oh, no. Can you beat this phony smile? What am I going to do, Cheryl?
The first thing you're going to do is not dwell on this, okay? You've got enough to worry about. You don't have to worry about anything else right now. You've got enough problems.
Thanks. Yeah. Especially with Matthew missing and all.
I've been away from Matthew before, for various reasons, but somehow this seems the longest.
To me, too.
You give birth to a child. You feed him. You watch him grow up and you love him, and then to have him disappear, Meg. It makes me so angry. I feel so helpless. I'm afraid. I've protected him all his life, and now I can't protect him anymore. It makes me scared.
Yes, I am, too.
He's only 14.
I have to take a lot of the blame for this.
Why?
Well, I fought with Mitch in front of Matthew. I forced him into the middle of this situation.
Mac, it wasn't your fault.
It was a stupid thing, a terrible thing to do.
Whatever it was you did, Mitch deserves it.
I just spoke to the FBI again.
Were you able to light a fire under him?
No. I'm afraid I have some bad news.
I gave him my jersey. He gave me his cold. Did not. He got it first. I got it worse.
The FBI said what?
They said they couldn't possibly get involved.
Why not?
That's ridiculous.
What's wrong? What's happened?
The FBI is staying out of it.
How can they say that, Adam?
They say it's simply a matter of a teenage runaway.
So they're just going to write it off?
Look, we still have the New York Police Department. They're on alert for when he arrives at the bus station.
That's not good enough.
What do we have to prove to the
The
FBI?
child's been taken from me twice, kidnapped by the same man.
There must be something.
Well, I can do something. I'll call the FBI. I'll go to New York. I'll go to Washington.
Rachel, listen, why don't we sit down,
I have
honey?
to do something to find my son.
I'll hire people myself. Who? My security men will know the best detectives in New York.
And given the fact that the FBI's out of it, I think that's probably a good idea, Mac.
I'll get right on it.
A teenage runaway, huh? That's a terrific way to get them off the hook.
There's no crime.
How can they say that?
Look, I'm just telling you what the Bureau thinks. If they don't see that there's evidence of a crime, Rachel, there's no way they're going to investigate it.
Isn't kidnapping a crime anymore?
Rachel, Mitch didn't do this.
He's done it. He's kidnapped my son.
I'm inclined to agree.
I thought kidnapping used to be a federal offense.
Still is.
And that meant that the FBI was automatically involved.
Of course.
All right. I want a warrant sworn out for the arrest of Mitch Blake. The charge is kidnapping.
Rachel, don't do this, please.
You're all dressed up.
I thought since you look so beautiful that we'd get off the plane together in Paris and just knock him dead. I called the car and they're going to come around and pick us up in a couple of minutes.
So many memories in this room.
Starting from when you came home from the hospital, I guess, huh?
I was a baby here. I was a little girl and teenager.
I know. I remember that well.
Yes, that's when I met you. And you left me.
Hey, never.
Well, I thought you left me. And then all those lonely years. Oh,
For me, too.
I was so lonely. But you came back.
And I'm not leaving again.
You'll always be a large part of all the memories in this room, Michael, but so will Daddy.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to forget you.
I wish I could forget him. I can still feel the fear that I felt when he stood in that doorway and said, I'm going to punish you.
Hey. Honey, it's all in the past now. There's no reason to be afraid. It's all past.
I love you.
I love you, too. Hello.
Michael, it's Nicole.
Yeah, what's up?
I asked Jamie if he could come over and check out Donna one last time.
Look, we're ready to go.
It'll just take a minute, and it would make me feel better. Can you wait?
Yeah, of course we can. When's he going to be ready?
On his break. He just wants to make sure she's getting the right level of medication.
Okay, look, well, we'll wait and catch a later flight if we have to.
Okay, I'll try and track Jamie down and see if we can come over right now.
That'd be great. We'll be here.
Okay.
Be here for what?
Well, that was Nicole. We wanted Jamie to come over and check your medication before we took off.
All right.
Before you know it, we're going to be in the city of light, sweetheart. Parlez-vous français, mademoiselle, huh? You got gum, baby?
Oh, yes, Joe. I like gum. I like gum.
I like you. I'm going to go and check the car, okay?
All right. Hurry back.
Wild horses couldn't stop me.
for your medicine, Miss Love.
Well, what's your decision? Brittany,
I can't think straight.
there's nothing to think about. This is a golden, literally golden opportunity for you. All you've ever wanted is your freedom and your baby, right? Well, that's what I'm offering, and money as well.
You've made promises before and delivered nothing but misery.
I know, but this is different. Everything has changed now. This is different, Brittany, I promise.
Why should I believe you?
Because, Brittany, look at me. All you've ever wanted is freedom. For you and your baby, all I want is my father's respect. That's it. No more lying. No more revenge. We call the shooting an accident and go our separate ways in a few months. Call it irreconcilable differences, all right?
I don't know.
Brittany, you've got to know. What I'm offering is far better than what my father would if he turned against you. Your life wouldn't be your own. He'd ruin you. Brittany, don't let that happen.
All right.
All right. We'll do it. You'll agree to my offer? Thank you. Thank you for making the right choice. You won't regret it, I promise.
Mr. Love, I'm going to take your blood pressure. How are you feeling?
Oh, much better now.
Not one step further, Brittany. Not until I get what I want.
There's a new Pringle chip when your ears your hip.
Peter's just fine. I know you probably want to go in and see him, but the nurse is in there now. Maybe you can go in later.
I want to know what happened, Brittany.
Well, I talked to Peter, and he said he's feeling much better, and he hopes to go home soon.
The truth.
About the shooting? It was an accident. Ask Peter. I didn't mean to hurt him.
Never mind the gunplay. We'll get to that. I want to know about the baby.
What about him?
Actually, I already know a great deal. But I want more. I want the details. All of them.
I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, I think you have plenty to tell me. And believe me, Brittany, your life and the life of your baby are very much at stake. So I don't want to hear one lie. Now, whose baby is it?
Rachel, this is a serious charge.
Kidnapping isn't serious?
I think Felicia means without evidence.
I mean, Mitch didn't do this.
Do you agree with this?
Not at all.
Felicia, listen to me. Mitch took Matthew from me once before.
Rachel, this was so many years ago. This man has changed now.
He hasn't changed a bit. He's exactly the same. He did it then, and he's doing it now.
I have an instinct about him, Adam. He's been to prison. He loves life now. Why would he jeopardize all of that?
He's turned your head.
Rachel, he called me and said that he had done nothing wrong.
What does that mean?
Why would he say that to me? Why?
To throw us off. Who cares what it means?
No, there is another side to this.
There is no other side.
He loves Matthew. Adam, he does.
I'm a cop, Felicia, and this guy's got a record.
He's doing this to get back at me.
Rachel, honey. Look, isn't it possible that you want to get even with Mitch because you want to take yourself off the hook about how you really feel about him?
That's talk show psychology, Felicia. Obviously, you're trying to hide your feelings for him. Listen to what you're saying. You all of a sudden know him so well. He's all of a sudden some saint. He's never done anything wrong in his life.
Well, I can't stay. I can't stay. I can't be a party to all of this.
Fine, don't.
You do what you have to do. But I know it's not going to help. Nice to see you again, Adam.
Are you leaving?
Yes.
Alicia, I'll
Yes.
let you know if there's any news.
Thank you. I hope it's soon, and I hope it's good.
Are you sure you want to do this, Rachel?
I want Mitch Blake arrested on sight for kidnapping my child. And maybe, just maybe, for once, the judge will throw away the key.
Oh, no, wait. Is there a problem, Miss Love? I took my medication before lunch.
You're mistaken. You haven't taken a pill since early this morning.
No, I distinctly remember
Miss
that I
Love,
took
please,
one.
please, trust me.
No, it's too soon. Dr. Framer's coming over to check my medication in a little while.
And he will be upset with you if you haven't had your pill. In order for any medication to work, Miss Love, you must take it at the proper time and in the proper dosage, okay?
All right,
I'm
all
only
right.
trying to help.
All right, all right. Oh, you brought tea. Oh.
I know you usually have tea at this time. Shall I pour?
Yes, thank you. Gomez, I know you work for my father, but you've always been very kind to me.
I'm glad you'll always remember me as a friend, Miss Love. Drink your tea. Drink it all up.
This part of Another World was brought to you by Pringles Potato Chips. Now you can have your Pringles 5 delicious ways. Regular, light, rippled, cheesums, and sour cream and onion. Join us each weekday for the continuing story of Another World.